I can see the face of the person that I held up for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go, what the fuck was that?
Right.
I'm cool. Like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm evolved.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Don't you have to look?
That's just being in the wrong and accepting it.
Yeah, I know. Well,
You know who I can't fucking stand? I can't stand people who don't answer their phones, and not like a I missed you, I'll call you back kind of thing. Like I always miss you. I mean, I think there are people in everybody's lives that they just don't do it. It's not something they do.
never pick up the phone.
They don't answer their phone. They don't talk on the phone. And we're all busy guys. Nick's very busy. He texts a lot, but Nick will always answer the phone. We answer the phone. There are certain people who it's just not a done thing.
Nick's not a big guy on answering the phone.
Most of the time, because of working in podcasting, my phone is on Do Not Disturb 90% of the time. So it'll go straight to voicemail. I will call back. I do get irritated. Dylan will do the call, and then if you miss it, there'll be no text like, hey, just need to talk about this. Right. He'll just...
I didn't know that was that proper
I think
code.
it's younger people get anxiety ridden when there's a phone call. It could be something bad. Just say what it's about. But Dylan, if you don't answer, you'll just see him the next time you see him.
I'm not a fan of texting. I don't like the medium of communication. I much prefer a phone call, and
it's quicker.
But couldn't you let someone know what it's about?
No, because when the call's missed, the assumption is I'll call you back.
Yeah.
And when it's a close relationship, I mean, we call each other constantly. You can assume that there is nothing super urgent. In fact, given my patterning, you would think if it's urgent, he's going to text me that it's urgent. But if I don't text you, it's just a call.
That's a fair point. Also, Dylan, when he's on phone calls, and we'll get it on some of our like client calls that we're on now because we're filling up our ad buys, Dylan will... Sometimes it's a little hard for him to get to the point, as I might doing. There's
really?
A little bit of just like...
We're really fucking throwing shots across the bow right now.
I'm trying to keep... I'm not...
Oh, was it a segue?
No, I'm not upset about this. I'm keeping you light.
I actually haven't derived that. I think he's quick and to the point.
Oh no, I crush it on ad sales calls. But what were you talking about?
I just thought it took you a while to get to the point sometimes. So that's why I am.
How about me?
We're on off. Good.
All right, then I agree with you about him.
Yeah. No, so that's part of my anxiety of not.
What's an example of that? Of me not getting to the point on an ad sale call?
I don't even know. I'll point it out the next time. I'll be like, Dylan.
Well, excuse the person, excuse Athletic Greens. Say, excuse me for a minute, Athletic Greens. Dylan, you're doing that thing.
Please, next time we're on an ad call and I'm doing it, please do that.
We should start
because these people mean nothing. They're just they're faceless people. They work
they
at
mean everything.
No. Our advertisers do, but the intermediaries, the bloated middlemen who just wheel and deal, the ad agencies, they mean nothing. They're reading off of a script.
But if we do get...
You can actually tell they're reading it off a script.
100%.
If we do get word that someone, like a decision maker at like Athletic Greens, the CEO of Athletic Greens and their calls will hop on because he's very passionate about his product. All three of us do need to be on that call and just kind of do our thing, dance for him so they show.
Monkey, yeah.
Once I get my psychiatry appointment and I do figure out what is wrong with me, I will preempt and tell the people that if I make them uncomfortable, it's not them. But the thing about people that don't answer their phones is that it's rarely ever someone who would be in a position where they don't have time to answer their phones. It's usually just somebody who doesn't do it. And there's no justifiable reason for it. Like, what do you work at fucking CAA? Are you in the mail room? You can't answer. No, you're just a fucking stoner and you don't answer your phone. It's unbelievably infuriating because I'm not a texter. But anyways, this is another podcast show. It's a show where we gab and goof about really whatever is the top of mind. I'm Dylan, saddled up next to one real Nicholas Davis.
What's going on, everybody?
Pat, producer of the podcast, over there behind my glasses.
Great to be here.
I stepped on Dylan twice there, and I apologize.
What were you thinking?
I would like to say on this free APS, We got to take advantage of these PSA more. I know he likes it conversational, but I want to let the audience...
Got to make some money.
I want to let the audience know we do a second one of these every week at patreon.com/another podcast network. And a lot of the juicier stuff there is there. Like Dylan is going to fight Mitch McConnell, and I've got some more stuff cooking for that. Don't worry about it. We're going to get it
This
attention.
last episode of APS on Patreon, the new one, I think it's called John McCain Was a Terrible Pilot.
Well, he was.
So funny. Such a great episode. So go there if you have not yet already gone there.
All three of us weigh in on one of the hottest raging internet debates.
Shut up. Shut up. My favorite part about that segment was Pat did that Trump impression, and we were all laughing about it. And then Nick took ownership over the segment, crushing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
wound you guys up and I let you go. Genius move by this guy.
other PSAs, we've got a live show coming up.
Live show with Kay Casey, July
Kay
13th.
Casey, Real Life with Kay Casey, July 13th, Irvine Improv. Majority of people have to pay, but I think that we have one fan who deserves, so much more. But
I feel we owe it.
the least we can do is
I'm
give,
actually going to call it even after we do this for him.
Right,
but
right,
Gray, we got 2 tickets waiting for you. You and a +1 are only Attack Hawk tier, which is our $100 tier at patreon.com/another podcast network, where you can buy a minute of our airwaves. Congratulate someone, wish someone well,
brainer.
advertise a product. $100 a month. Do that. We get way more than that for ads.
Well, Gray, you got 2 free tickets. You can hang out with us. I'll buy you a drink.
And we're even after this.
Absolutely. So, lots to get into tonight. Before the mics heated up, Nick had spoken about losing a vindictive streak when in conflict with others, be they family, co-workers, friends.
I've
right?
recently acquired a new enemy which in my immediate rage, I really want to destroy his career and basically just embarrass him in front of everyone he knows. But I know deep down that's not the best revenge is a life well lived.
And honestly, like, I run a little hot. We've all gotten to arguments before. I can get pretty, I don't know. I can go for the jugular, and I often try to force feed my viewpoint onto others until they have a complete understanding, as though they are me understanding it and feeling the way that I feel about it. And
Don't beat yourself up. We all have a decent amount of venom reserve,
yes,
if need be.
But I realized the other day that is not the correct approach in life. And not because it's toxic, but because it lacks the efficacy of killing with kindness. And people had always said, kill him with kindness, be zen, be detached. But it's too theoretical. I could never buy into something that I hadn't experienced firsthand. And the other day, I experienced it. It was on the 10, a horrific road.
Horrible freeway in Los Angeles.
A horrific road heading to Santa Monica. Going about 50 miles an hour, slowing down because we were approaching a wall of bumper-to-bumper traffic. And a man slams on his horn, speeds behind me, stops next to me, starts flipping me off, and then drives forward, obviously slams on his brakes because he's barreling towards stopped cars. And then we are naturally stopped right next to each other because we're in a parking lot, right? A slowly moving parking lot. And so
you left out a detail. You're on the phone with me.
I'm on the phone with you. So,
oh, nice.
So I hear it all.
So I roll down my window and I go, what did you want me to do?
Nice.
I love it.
And this man, because I was genuinely curious about why he was so upset, he was smoking a Swisher Sweet. He was, a cigarillo, one of those thin ones.
It'd be funny if he had a Tipperillo
Black
in there.
and mild?
Like.
And this is not to be racial. He was not a black guy. I'm just trying to paint a picture.
I was talking about what he was smoking.
Don't freak me out with the.
Why'd you have to say he was?
God
black?
damn it! I feel like I'm being tried by Joseph McCarthy every time I get in this room. Fuck. So I go, what? What did you want me to do?
It's your fault, though. You said I think I might be a communist. That was half of one of your segments. Anyway.
So he goes, maybe don't drive like a fucking bitch in your piece of shit car.
You should have said it's my wife's.
Did you hear the response?
I heard an exchange. Yeah, well, actually, mainly him talking to himself.
Yeah.
He's like, "This fucking guy just flipped me off," and then you can tell Dylan's not listening to me because I don't know that he's in this engaging
Blind
in
rage.
this. Yeah, and so I'm like, "Yeah, so I think we need to order like 3 of those tables for the next meeting."
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"Hold on, Pat. What do you want me to do?" Like, yes.
No, I was a little bit more calm than that because I genuinely was curious. I was in a good place that morning, and he drove off. I pulled up next to him again. I rolled down my window again, and I said, we were going towards stop traffic. And he said, drive faster. It's a fucking freeway. Of course you're driving in a piece of shit fucking Prius. You know what? You white privileged piece of shit. Go on with your day. Go on with your day, white boy. And I was like,
He was what? He was not black?
no. He wasn't black. He was a...
It would be if he's white. It'd be funny.
This is what it...
No. He was, I don't know, some kind of...
Not white.
Not white.
Okay.
He was BIPOC. He was what we're all going to look like in 100 years.
Yeah, there you go.
So he drives away. And
It's
then,
kind of racist, though, of him.
well, no, because you have to be...
Why bring color into it?
You can't be at the top of a hierarchical structure to...
Oh,
you
right,
can't
right.
experience racism if you're at the top of a hierarchical
Forgive me. I need
structure.
to reflect
Do
on
the work.
myself.
Just treating Dylan like shit because he's white is not racism, you idiot.
Idiot. You fucking idiot.
I already said I'm going to do the work.
So he drives away, and I can't help it. I go one more time. I pull up next to him, and I roll down my window, and he rolls down his, and he just looks at me, and he goes, what? And I said, hey, just have a good day, dude. And he looked at me, and he said, you too. And then he said, hey, your mirror is broken. Did a motorcyclist do that? And I said, okay, you don't need to.
We're not friends.
We're not friends. Remember, you call me a fucking piece of shit. You've done so many bad things to me. We're not buddies. But I saw in him a crushing defeat. I saw in him a anvil-like realization that what he had done was way out of line. And it felt better than us flipping one another off and ending in this fizzling out of aggression. Nothing is really... It's trench warfare. You've gone this way, then you take 2 steps back.
Well, it's not trench warfare. People would kill each other in trench.
Patrick,
Oh,
let me do the metaphor here, right?
okay.
It's an ineffective form of battle, right? It's bloody. But nobody really makes any ground up either way,
Oh, that's
you know?
your point.
But this way, absorbing his hate and then spitting it back as though they were daisies and seeing him feel my kindness, it really defeated him in a way I haven't felt that kind of crushing blow to somebody ever before. And now that I've felt it, I really cannot wait to absorb more harm and spit out more dandelions. I mean, it's unbelievably powerful.
It's
Yeah.
such a strong visualization too. I will just say, like, sometimes you need daggers and not dandelions.
Sometimes, yes.
I have lots of thoughts on it.
Right.
Okay, so whenever you get into the screaming
I'm going to
match
get more
with
Morgan Beaujolais
Okay.
real quick.
Whenever you get in the screaming match and this can happen on any day in Los Angeles, obviously throughout America, but Los Angeles, we're really tightly wound here. We are fucking ready to explode at any minute because of all the things that are being thrown at us. You know, maybe the small town living, there's not these things that escalate this quickly. I could be wrong saying this.
I think it's super condescending, and other people have troubles that make them tense. But anyways,
I'm not
continue.
saying that. I'm saying how many interactions on a given day on any given freeway in Los Angeles where people are giving each other the middle finger, they're threatening to beat the shit out of each
You don't
other.
think that point's valid?
No, I actually wanted to apologize after he
Clarified.
Yeah,
my-
clarified.
Yeah, no, there's a kinetic kind of toxicity that gets up under everybody's
his
guts
point.
here.
His point was the number of interactions while running that hot, not that other people don't have trouble.
Yeah, certainly they do.
Sorry.
Right.
But here, you know, I'm a man of a certain age, and I've noticed that because I own things, I less want to get into those entanglements.
Right.
In my younger years, it would happen multiple times a week. Maybe it's because you're a little bit younger, Dylan, where I no longer
I'd
have
say
those
a lot of it,
road things necessarily that happen. Maybe I welcomed them or I helped escalate them. But now I'm like, I just get concerned because, well, not concerned, but my mental state is...
You saying you own your daughter?
No. I own a home.
Oh, got it.
So now if I get out of the car and I start throwing punches at the guy,
the lawsuit can bite deeper into your skin.
correct.
Right.
We were all on different wavelengths because
I thought he said he owned his daughter.
I thought he was saying like he owns his mistakes, the things he's
Oh,
done.
right.
You know,
Well,
you own
it-
And I
material
thought he was
possessions.
saying, I don't want to get into fights anymore because I don't want to leave my daughter fatherless. But no, he was talking
He doesn't
about
wanna
getting
get sued.
Right. You seem like you had a pretty good day with that interaction.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I learned
never
a new
dr-
weapon. I have a new weapon in my arsenal.
Well, it's
That's
a-
unbelievable.
It's a-
Dandelions.
It's a good one, but I'd say the better weapon is just ignore it. But as human beings, we can't do that.
Well, I can't.
But I like
Same thing,
I don't
ignoring it.
feel good when I have one of those interactions, and then you drive off, and then your brain starts going down that reptile way. It's like, I have a scenario where we pull over, and then I break that man's neck, but he deserved it.
Right, but here's why I don't think a complete ignoring of the situation is effective, because some people feel good when they do that.
They
It
think you back down or
right.
something.
It feels good for me sometimes when I am running late, as I often am, to honk at someone, drive past them, see them, like identify the face of the idiot that was driving 55 miles an hour, and then move on. I feel good and yummy about myself.
Well, how do you feel
But
about...
if you encounter somebody and you're kind to them and you kill them with those said dandelions, then I think it's more
Well,
effective.
here's an interaction.
You're like their Ukraine
I have this
soldier.
rule.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't look at my
I'm the
phone
ghost of Kiev.
while I'm driving. I don't look at my phone while I'm driving. I don't text or any of that stuff. When I'm at a stoplight, that's when I'll check in. And I know that's bad too. But occasionally I start reading a text, and this happens, where the person will give a little toot behind you because it's a green light and you haven't, hit the accelerator. One thing that I think
An inexcusable crime.
of course. And I
Yeah.
think I'm evolved.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
And if you're at a green light, I would say there should be a rule. If you're
If you're at a stoplight.
no. If you are at, if you're at an arrow, if you're in the beginning of a line of cars at an arrow, there is no emergency on planet Earth that you should
should
pick
be
up
staring
your
at your
phone. You cannot look at your phone
Because you got to hit that
you
green
have-
light when
it's
that
the
arrow
most
shows
valuable
up.
traffic sign in Los
all right,
Angeles.
Hold on.
Sorry.
So here's my point. I feel like I'm evolved because if that ever happens to me and someone gives me the little toot, right? And very often the person that honked the horn behind you, you'll pull up next to each other at the next light. And now you can see the person that was annoyed by you,
Right.
by looking at your phone, obviously.
Yeah.
And what I think is more evolved in me is that I acknowledge, yes, I did hold you up. And now we are basically car to car. I can see the face of the person that I held up for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go, what the fuck was that?
Right.
I'm cool. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm evolved.
Right.
No, I mean, that's
Don't you have to
That's
look...
just being in the wrong and accepting it.
Yeah, I know. Well, a hothead, a younger Patty would have been annoyed by that, especially if the toot was a little too long. You're but
Right.
Here's how I'm more evolved.
don't we
than-
always have to look at the person that did you got to see who it was?
Oh, you got to. But here's why I'm more evolved than you. Say I'm in the other position.
I love this competition. Now, because of the experience that I've had, I'm completely detached. I do not see this as a competition, right? I see us all wading through sand together.
And,
It's quite a transformation.
and I only use this
experience.
and I only use this as a common trope that people say about being evolved. I feel like I'm the least evolved. Look at my brow line.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like I'm
And your teeth.
and my teeth. But that's because honestly, because of all
And
the,
also the way that you swallow food like a boa constrictor. I know that we evolved from monkeys and stuff like that, but first we were the slimy things that would eat burritos the way that you do. So
Don't
sorry.
forget he cleans his face with a burrito too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Who needs
actually
napkins done that with
when
the
you've
arm of
got
the ox that
the
he caught himself?
inside of a burrito soaked in queso? You can just wipe your beard with that too.
Though I'm not quite as evolved as you, you could see how you guys got to where you are when I was looking for innovations like, how do I wipe my face right now? Oh, tortilla.
Right.
But anyways, I'm more evolved than Pat in that, say I'm the guy behind Pat,
Right.
and he's on his phone and the light turns green.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a little honk. I'm not fucking pissed. I've been there, brother. I was probably live betting the Oilers plus 150. Never watched hockey.
Did you get that bet in?
Yeah, but I missed it. We got plus 105. They were plus 150 during a power play. We'll see how it ends up.
Oh God.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So I'll just give them a little toot just to let them know, and then they'll be like, "Oh, my bad." I'll be like, "Oh no, it's so good." And then like,
there you go.
Cool. Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. Now I can get to where I'm going faster.
Yeah, and then we've got my dad who drives around with a knife and a pistol in his truck in Virginia.
What we're talking about, like driving ethics, Dylan, I sent you an image. This was earlier today. I want to know your thoughts on this because I think we might have different thoughts on this. So this is an image of me driving down Ventura Boulevard. Now, where I want to take a right on Coldwater.
Yeah.
So I'm behind this car who also wants to take a right, even though they don't have the blinker on. But
Are you talking about the Scion?
so nope, the one in front, the white car. So there's
The BMW
there's
X5.
3 lanes here. As you can see,
The
there's
BMW X5 is essentially a uniform for an asshole. It's a mobile uniform for a piece of shit.
Well, I guess he's making that trope. That stereotype is actually correct because he is in the furthest lane over where we need to take a right, but he wants to take a left. Obviously, it's a bad photo, so he's just going to stay there.
He cannot have possibly taken a left.
He took a left. But he held us up at that fucking
left
light.
or he went straight?
Well, he wanted to take a left, so he actually...
Did he make a left on Coldwater Canyon?
He made a left on Coldwater.
Okay, now people talk about me being lacking empathy, and I said that I need to sit down with a psychiatrist and figure out what's going on. But that person should possibly face capital punishment because what we have in...
Oh, you see the green light. So what he did is he held up traffic of 3 different lanes of where they want to go because he desired...
Right.
To make a left turn into oncoming traffic.
Now
This even looks like, and maybe I'm seeing it wrong. I'm not seeing a left turn arrow. This is actually, he's crossing
no.
5.
This is 1, 2, 3,
5,
and then a left turn arrow.
Yeah.
He wants to go through here, but he's waiting on these cars coming this way, so he will hold up. And by the way, there's traffic behind us.
Pat, we need you on mic and camera.
Yeah, we need you on mic and camera, and I don't think it's that crazy to say that this person should be taken out of Gen Pop and taken off planet Earth because hang on, what you have inside this brain is an insanity, an irreparable. This kind of thing isn't rehabilitatable.
No, this is
This
someone.
person
It's ingrained
is
in
a
them.
fucking psychopath. We can't have people walking around that think this way. I mean, imagine thinking that because you need to do this, everyone on that side of Coldwater and this side of Ventura and that side of Ventura mean nothing because you have to do what you have to do.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that, Nick. I want to get your thoughts in a second.
Do you think he should be killed?
I was pissed, but I didn't even need to get anywhere fast. But I was like, wow, that's fucking rude. I'm going to whip out my camera because it was taking so long. Like, you gave me enough time to go, oh, this is an asshole. I'll mention this on the show. I was going to get a video, but it was too dangerous because I told you, everybody, just minutes ago, I'm not going to look at my phone when it's the light screen. So this fucking asshole held up traffic for, maybe it was 45 seconds, but those are 45 seconds where, Dylan, I can evaluate that this person is a monster in every other aspect of their life.
This person, if they... I don't want to say if they were put in Hitler's position would have done the same thing. But I don't think I'm far off. Louis C.K. has a bit about this, about how people, will just mash their way through and Louis C.K. is a problematic figure. Just Jesus Christ. But he mashes their way across 4 lanes, and they go, I don't know what to do. This is all I can do. I can't do anything. Like as though they feel justified in doing this. I mean, it's a sickness that needs to get snuffed out of. No, because we're decent people, and we're fucked up people. We're podcasters.
And again, Pat, we just need you on mic. We've been doing it for 5 years. You just got to talk into the microphone. But we're all on the same page. This guy's a huge piece of shit. I don't know if I would execute him if I had the choice.
Right.
But we are on the same page. Huge piece of shit. Now let's get into gray areas. Say you're approaching. There's no one in this right lane. You're approaching that van that was up there. Can we bring up the visual aid again?
Yeah.
There's You're approaching. You're going straight. There's no one in the right lane. You think you could time it out so you could possibly get around the stop car and not. If you're not holding up, I do that shit.
Well, you might hurt someone or kill someone. And
No. How would you kill someone? You're coming up behind this van. He's at a complete stop. There's less traffic at this moment. There's no one in the right lane. Okay, so you're driving up. You see, the other side on Ventura, it turns yellow. So you could possibly, if you slide into the right without even braking and go straight and pass.
Here's what you do, Nick. You have your hand waving out the window, letting everybody know, hey, can I? And you do this little thing.
But I'm not even saying a moment where you have to
make
get
an
in.
aggressive
I'm saying
move.
I think I can seamlessly, without braking, drive past this guy. And not
That's
disrupt.
fine. That's not what we're talking about, though. I mean, that's
gray area.
That's,
but would you do it? You do the same thing.
Yes, I would. If
You've gone straight from that right lane.
If you can do it quickly and without causing people behind you to brake, I mean, that's nothing compared to what this guy does. Let's do a hypothetical. John Q. What's a worse crime? What John Q did or what this guy did?
He's the one who went to the hospital because they wouldn't give treatment to his kid?
Yeah.
I don't see a crime with John.
Yeah, exactly. This guy is worse than someone who held an entire hospital hostage. That's what I'm trying to say here.
I am not going to bury my son. I'm going to bury this guy in this BMW after I put a bullet in his head.
Want a Segui somewhere?
Well,
you know Ray Liotta died today, you know.
I was thinking Goodfellas, put a bullet in his head, that kind of Segui.
Oh, yeah.
So, Ray Liotta passed away today.
Yeah, he did.
And why do we think that happened? Do we think that it was because Chantix bored holes in his frontal lobe? What do we think happened with Ray? Because he was 67 years old.
That's a little young.
A little bit young, yeah.
Has anybody looked up Chantix stock price? I'm sure it's owned by Pfizer.
Yeah, I don't think they're a
And it's
publicly traded
unaffected.
company. Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Chantix has a stock price.
It's definitely it's part of a public company.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
owned
There's
public
no
company.
antitrust in this country, so it's probably owned by one of the
This
four
guy had
major
quite a run, though.
pharmaceutical-
I know 67 is young, you know.
If you've accomplished nothing, yeah, it's very young.
And he's accomplished a lot.
A lot.
This guy's lived quite a fucking life.
Quite a
you know,
life.
he was a soap star in the late 70s and the early 80s.
Yeah.
What shows?
I think it was The Young and the Restless, I think.
Wow. Embarrassed.
Yeah. Then, by the way, you never did that E&O for that big fucking mess up you did with that broad from, God, I can't
So let's play the Chantix.
You're right.
commercial.
Hold on. I
He's
want
right,
to
though.
memorialize this guy. He's done amazing work on screen. Did you guys know that he was in Fields of Dreams?
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He also was nominated for a Golden Globe for God, Jesus, I'm sorry, pulling this up right now.
Yes, he
This
was.
is a terrible eulogy. I mean, imagine if this was live.
For unlawful entry in 1992. He was also in the film Copland. Hannibal. Very famous scene in Hannibal where fucking Hannibal is
Cuts
eating
off his head.
He's cutting his brain off. He's feeding him his own brain.
In the second
The
Silence
second
of
one
the
was
Lambs,
Hannibal.
yeah.
That was Hannibal. Yeah, yeah.
I saw that he died. Didn't see any other memorial. I didn't realize how much he I knew both of these answers. I've seen Field of Dreams. Me and my grandma watched it. They cut off his fucking skull,
head.
and he was basically Hannibal was basically eating his brains out like it was you were pulling apart Facili.
It was a tough scene to watch.
Pasta.
I actually thought that was a low point in his career.
It
that
looked
he
like
showed.
pasta.
Can you imagine, his agent calling like, hey, good news. I got a big movie coming up. Bad news. They're going to eat your brain.
Well, if you told me Anthony Hopkins was doing it, I'd be like, he can fucking eat whatever he
Obviously,
wants.
he did those calculations. Done and done.
Done and done.
It was a ridiculous scene. Though.
And one of his finest pieces of work is this Chantix commercial, which is one of my favorite pieces of commercial media I've ever seen. Can we talk about Goodfellas, though, really quickly?
Sure.
Can we quickly talk about a little bit more Hannibal? I think it would have been funny if because Ray Liotta. Have you seen it?
No.
Dylan? Oh yeah. So he it's the prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
No.
No, sequel.
Sequel.
Red Dragon is the prequel.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Also called Manhunter. They redid that one.
Hey, good job.
though you have not seen it, Dylan, you have apparently equal knowledge of the
Yeah,
film.
it's astounding.
To me. But
Yeah.
in this scene, nonetheless, they take off his skull.
Yeah.
They take it off, and Ray Liotta is still alive,
He has him hopped up on painkillers.
sitting
This
at
is
the
all-
table.
Yeah, I'm aware of all this.
Oh,
yeah.
having dinner. I think it would have been funny.
Yeah.
Now that you have that background, is after
I had the background 5 minutes ago.
every time he like took like a fork out of his brain, he was like, or he like started crying, or like did stuff. You know,
Yeah, turn it into like a Peter Sellers kind of thing. Yeah.
Different kind of movie.
Really
though, you
bump
know?
up the spookiness. Yeah.
All of a sudden, Ray's like, I shit my pants.
Okay.
It was a disturb. That's an underrated movie. I have to tell you with Hannibal. It's really fun because
Yeah, it's supposed to be fantastic.
this rich billionaire, rich kid who inherited a ton of money, he was partying with Hannibal in his 20s. Hannibal talked him into, while they were on a heroin binge, into cutting off his own face and feeding it to a dog. So when he came about years later, he's like, you know what? I'm going to catch that motherfucker. I know the FBI's been looking for Hannibal for the last 15 years. I'm pretty sure he's in Rome, and I'm going to find him. And that's what the whole movie's about, this billionaire bank.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a very, very good movie.
It's fun, except it gets weird when
There's a pig scene, right? There's
he wants to feed them to pigs at the end of the movie. It's a great movie. You got to maybe we'll watch it together. It's fun.
I watched
except
it-
for that part where Ray Liotta eats his own brain
Yeah, and shits his pants.
and then dies.
It doesn't lift his hands up.
Yeah.
But I watched it with my grandma, and I was too young, and I didn't get any of what you just explained. What a plot. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So he's done a lot of great stuff. And
I'd
then
like
also,
to talk about Goodfellas really quick.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I always love when people have a good TV run. He did that Shades of Blue with Jennifer Lopez for 3 fucking seasons too. I mean, this guy has never really stopped working. The only disturbing part of his
Let's
life.
pause. Let's pause.
Can you change your computer battery so it doesn't sleep every 7 minutes?
So you just said I love when people have good TV runs. What did you say?
Good TV runs, and then 3 years with Jennifer Lopez
Yeah.
on
Shades of
Pacific Blue or something.
Okay. So couple things to break down.
I know where
there,
he's going with
right?
this.
So
Can I
one,
attack me? Yeah.
I love good TV runs. Like, what's that sentence, right? Like,
Paycheck.
But no,
it's
it's
not
other
your
examples
paycheck. Like, what
of you
are
enjoying
talking about?
when people have good TV runs. What's another instance of you loving this?
Good TV runs. You love good TV runs. What does that mean?
Okay, I'll explain it to you.
One other person.
But
All
it's nonsense, so you don't have to explain
no,
it.
I don't like when people made some money, made some movies, and then they love acting, and then you never see them in anything ever again.
They wither away.
They probably stay at their house that they bought from the TV money. Then they do pills and start drinking mimosas at 11 a.m.
Right.
And then they just disappear into obscurity.
Sure.
Before you finish, I would like to give some of this crow for Dylan to eat. Great point, Pat. Great point.
It's
So
nice to see someone that was been nominated for Golden Globes and he's still on the hunt.
you
He
love
was-
him still working. You want him.
I
You
want
want him working.
When he died in the Dominican Republic, wherever the fuck he was filming that movie, when I heard he was down there, I was like, they said it was a heart attack. I'll probably respect him more if there was a little boogie shoogie in there. You know
Oh,
what I
how
mean?
could there not be?
Well, they haven't.
Good amount of coke and rum. But the second part of that
He was
sentence
hearing helicopters.
was so it was I love when people have good TV runs, and then what followed that was surely just objectively not a good TV run, right?
Well, it was
3 seasons with Jennifer Lopez on
having fun.
Shades of Blue, was it
If
called?
said with intentional
Look,
irony, hilarious.
First
But it
off,
wasn't.
you are a TV snob. My buddy,
I'm not a TV
all my
snob.
friends that have visited me, I always ask them, like, from Massachusetts, my buddy Barry came out here a couple years ago. I was like,
So what are you watching?
what do you and the family watch?
Kings
He said,
and Queens.
Oh, we love Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
They like that TV. I don't think they're dumber for it. Maybe they're more evolved than me because they can go, I can just watch this show. I know how
No,
it goes.
I don't think they're dumber for it.
Pat, you watch 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup. How is that any different than Fresh Off the Boat?
Yeah.
Good
it's
point.
It's all drivel. It's just
Good
lobotomy
point.
for an
They
hour.
aren't monetizing it. That's their fucking
Good
problem.
Good point. All right. So he did all this great work, and I hope,
So let's talk about Goodfellas, one of his greatest work.
Yes.
Right?
By the way, we're eulogizing Ray Liotta
Yeah.
right now, so
Oh, yeah.
take this as a eulogy for Ray Liotta.
Overrated?
Goodfellas? Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I don't think
Overrated?
so either.
No.
Seems like a
That movie can be watched over and over and over again.
The watchability of it is insane.
What does a movie need to be to you, Dylan, than to be watchable?
Well, the tricky thing with my favorite movies, and
Is there pretentious?
no, they're not pretentious. I mean, Apocalypse Now is a little pretentious, but
Also, I mean,
they are lumped in with other films of that ilk. So it's tough to not compare them. Like when I watch Goodfellas, I know it's different, but it's just not anywhere near The Godfather. It's just not as good.
Well, it's different.
It's different, but it's not different. It's a gangster movie. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have the same patina that The Godfather does, and I think it's a little dated. And also, I just have never bought Joe Pesci as an intimidating character. He's 4'7", and he's got a temper problem, and I don't know why he hasn't been killed 5 minutes into any movie that he's in. You know, I understand that he's a made man and stuff. I don't think it's an overrated movie. I think it's a fantastic movie, but let's get quite a bit of credit.
Let me say this about Goodfellas. By the way, it got robbed that year. Should have gotten Best Picture. Do you know what won that year?
I know Kramer versus Kramer won over Apocalypse Now, which is one of the greatest crimes in the history of the Academy.
Dancing with Wolves.
Well, it was a great movie.
That was a great movie too, but I don't think it was Goodfellas.
Not as good as Goodfellas.
I mean, when
is that
Dancing...
the sequel to Dances?
Yes.
No. Yes. All right, here's my thing with Goodfellas. The first viewing that I ever saw.
I think I fucked that up.
It's one of those movies.
A
where
1,000,000%.
I think it's probably over 2 hours. And I was watching with my buddy Sully, who'd already seen it. And it got to the part where they started killing all the other gangsters, and they play that great song by Eric Clapton and Layla. That beginning part. You see the guy frozen in the fucking car.
The meat
You
lot,
see
yeah.
the pink Cadillac, the dead married couple in there.
Right.
And I'm like, this movie's almost over, right? And my buddy
Yeah.
Sully turned to me, he's like, oh no, there's still more.
Yeah,
and I was
then
so excited.
There's
for
this weird, like, non-committal
cocaine part
coke
of the 80s.
frenzy
The 80s.
that is like, it hits, but it kind of doesn't hit at the same time. It seems like it's a little out of place. When he's walking her down the alley, he's going to kill his wife. I mean, that part it's just like, it's a little...
because of the story, that scene never happened. That actually never happened.
With Hank Henry, or what's his name?
Hank Hill.
Henry Hill.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Are you talking about when Paulie said, "Hey," with
Yes.
Henry Hill's
Come
wife?
on down
When
here. Yeah.
No, that was Robert De Niro's character. Sorry, that never actually happened. In fact, Robert De Niro's character in real life was banging Henry Hill's wife.
Beautiful story. Just a beautiful
I don't know why
tale.
they left that out. That would have been fun.
This movie's been so influential in my life. Every time someone's ever called me funny, I've beat the shit out of them. And
Yeah.
shot them
Did you know Henry Hill actually at some point when he was in what do you call that, private custody, or what do you call that,
Witness protection.
Witness protection. He actually lived in Simi Valley and got into crystal meth dealing at some point, and then did more time.
Good for him, dude. Once you get a taste, you really can't stop, you know?
What a awesome.
How eloquent of me.
How does that work? Can you get like extra charges? You're
Yeah,
a whole new person.
they put him in jail.
Oh yeah, they're just
They
like,
took him out. They're like, you blew it, you idiot. Now if you fucking, they kill you, and then,
by the way, his real name is
Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
Can you believe he was walking among us in Santa Monica
Yeah, he
Boulevard
was just
for
on
25
Third Street
years?
Promenade,
Just
picking up
walking
fucking
around.
iPhones, walking around. So we got to wrap the show up
Oh,
with
Some of his greatest work.
no.
I think his best work.
Oh well, we absolutely have to play the Chantix commercial.
Well, it's his best work. My wife came home 3 years ago. She was in Brentwood working, and he was at a fucking Gelson's there. She came home. She goes, I just saw, who's that Italian guy from the Goodfellas? I go, we finally got on the same page. I'm like, Ray Liotta? She's like, yeah. He must have had some plastic surgery or something. He had the stitches in the side of his face. She said he looked like fucking Frankenstein.
Well, it was probably Chantix. Let's take a listen.
I quit smoking with Chantix. I tried cold turkey. I tried the patch.
Speaking of Dances with Wolves, he looks like a wolf here. I mean, he looks like if an orc had
he looks
sex
like a
with wolf.
Siberian husky
Yes.
without the hair.
It's terrifying.
Chantix. I tried cold turkey. I tried the patch. They didn't work for me.
He's
I
on
didn't think
something here, by the
anything
way.
was gonna work for me
Chantix.
until I tried Chantix.
Something else.
Chantix, along with support, helps you quit smoking.
Chantix reduced my urge to smoke. I needed that to quit.
Now, the side effects of Chantix are, I mean, a horrifying scroll. The kind of scroll that when unfurled will roll across an entire room. The bit that we've done many times on this show is,
You imitate.
I threw a cup of coffee at my wife's head this morning because she didn't get the newspaper. But at least I'm not smoking because I'm on Chantix. I'm shitting blood, but I haven't picked up a cigarette in 3 days because I'm on Chantix. God, what a beautiful eulogy we've done tonight.
We're not done yet. Play the rest of the commercial. It gets better. This guy, when I saw this commercial, I'm like, what is he on?
I lose minimum $200 every weekend at MMA, but Chantix.
I have 14 holes in my drywall, but thank God I don't smoke anymore because of Chantix.
When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may
Oh, she's
have
bringing him a
nicotine
pizza.
withdrawal symptoms. Some people had changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, agitation,
Or a script.
or suicidal thoughts or actions with Chantix. Serious side effects.
Okay, so we gotta roll this back.
Some people had changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, or suicidal thoughts or actions with Chantix. Serious side effects may include seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or allergic and skin reactions, which can be life-threatening. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have any of these. Tell your healthcare provider if you've had depression or other mental health
He's at home
problems.
now. He's no longer
Can you
on
go
the
back
set.
actually 4 seconds again?
Use caution when
And
driving.
pause quick.
Healthcare provider.
This commercial ran every 4 seconds for 2 years, right?
What is not said with the voiceover is on bottom screen says stop Chantix if you notice swelling of the face, mouth, throat, a rash, peeling skin, or blisters.
I mean, this is literally...
They're hitting you from all
Angles.
senses.
It's this weird kind of fine print thing where what Chantix is small doses of cyanide that eventually will kill you, but you'll be in so much excruciating physical and mental anguish that you won't want
to smoke. He died on Chantix.
It's actually a really interesting thing of language. Like nothing on its own is toxic.
Right.
There's just toxic levels of anything.
Yes.
For
Sure.
Chantix,
It's like quantum
it is
mechanics.
significantly lower than most things.
Can you imagine if the scene, the crime scene today, when they went in there and took pictures of his dead body, and then there is a photo of a Chantix ciggy there? What is Chantix? Is it a pill or something? I don't know. But a package that says Chantix.
You smoke a thing that looks like a cigarette. That's Chantix.
I don't even know what Chantix is.
So rest in peace, Ray.
It's a pill.
Hey, I hope maybe his family gets to hear this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Make
think
them-
it's a fitting send-off into the...
They heard how good he was in Hannibal, right?
Right. Hey,
I wish this would have been a Patreon episode.
The Tranquiline Halls he's headed to.
I think it's important that we hear the last 10 seconds of this, and maybe we go out on this commercial.
Or other mental health problems. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. The most common side
look at
effect
that.
is nausea.
Salting
He got his
sour.
wife in there.
How good it feels to have smoking behind me.
Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
He's dead.
So,
So smoking's definitely behind him.
May he rest in peace.
may he rest in peace.